one of the most feared villains in the galaxy, a symbol of power, dread, and raw force mastery. So when Darth Vader shows up in a Star Wars game, we expect greatness. But in Jedi Survivor, that respawn actually wastes its potential. Today, we are diving deep into Star Wars Jedi Survivor and tackling a question that's divided fans since the game's release. Did the game truly do justice to Darth Vader, or was his appearance little more than fan service? Let's break it all down. Vader's role, the narrative implications, the gameplay, and what could have been. Before we get into Survivor, we have to appreciate what Vader represents in Star Wars video games. From his terrifying presence in Star Wars The Force Unleashed to that legendary hallway scene in Vader Immortals and of course Rogue One, Vader has always been treated like a boss level threat, the apex predator of the Star Wars universe. Players feel the fear when he enters the room, the music shifts, the atmosphere changes, you know you are in trouble. That reputation sets high expectations for his appearance in Jedi Survivor. Darth Vader makes a surprise appearance during the flashback scene at the Jedha Archive, confronting Jedi Master Cere Junda. The moment is unexpected and cinematic. Vader walks into the fire and chaos like a true embodiment of the dark side. The fight is intense, visually striking, but here's the twist: you don't play as Cal Kestis, you play as Cere, a powerful Jedi Master who holds her own against Vader longer than most would expect. It's a bold narrative choice. Eventually though, Vader does what Vader does best. He overpowers Cere and kills her. Brutal, efficient, end of scene, and does it. No further appearance, no lingering threat, no direct confrontation with the main character Cal, just one incredible isolated moment. Let's rewind to Jedi Fallen Order. That ending gave us one of the most jaw-dropping final moments in recent Star Wars gaming. Vader showing up and dismantling everything in its path. It wasn't a boss fight, it was a survival sequence, and it worked. It showed how outclassed Cal Kestis was. So naturally, many fans expected a rematch in Survivor, a proper duel, a test of how Cal had come. But that never happens. Vader and Cal's stories don't intersect at all in Survivor, which feels like a massive narrative gap. Cal's journey is rich with trauma, rebellion, and choices that pull him closer to the edge of darkness. Facing Vader, his literal and symbolic antithesis, could have elevated the stakes and explored Cal's inner conflicts even further. But instead, they remain strangers on separate paths. Darth Vader isn't just a physical force, he's a psychological monster. Think of how characters like Obi-Wan Kenobi, Ahsoka, and even Luke Skywalker are affected by him. Vader represents regret, failure, and fear. Yet in Survivor, there is almost no emotional fallout from his appearance. Cal never finds out about Cere's death until much later, and even then, there is barely any time to reflect on it. There is no fear of Vader returning, no sense that the Empire's greatest enforcer is breathing down his neck. It reduces Vader to a moment rather than a presence, and that's a shame. Now, to be fair, that one scene did slap. It was cinematic, haunting, and beautifully choreographed. Cere puts up a fight that arguably ranks among the best Jedi vs Vader battles in all of Star Wars media. Respawn showed they understand how to represent Vader. But the question remains, was that enough? A great scene is one thing, a great character arc is another. Vader didn't evolve, didn't challenge our protagonist, and didn't leave a lasting impact on the plot. The man who once changed the fate of the galaxy was in Jedi Survivor little more than a deadly cameo. Let's dream a bit. Imagine if Vader haunted Cal throughout the game, appearing in visions, dreams, or whispered force echoes. Imagine if Cal had to confront his fear of Vader as part of his Jedi trials, or if the final act saw Cal step into the shadows of the Empire once more, culminating in a second encounter with a Sith Lord that mirrored his journey from the first game. He wouldn't need to win, he just needed to face him and survive again. That would have completed the narrative arc across both games from Prey to Challenger. Here's the big takeaway: Jedi Survivor didn't waste Vader's power, it wasted his narrative potential. He was a plot device, a punctuation mark, an excuse to kill off Cere and shock the audience. But Vader deserves more. He's not just a symbol of destruction, he is the dark side incarnate. And for a game as ambitious as Jedi Survivor, not weaving him deeper into the fabric of Cal's story feels like a missed opportunity. So did Jedi Survivor waste Darth Vader's potential? That depends on what you were expecting. If you wanted a jaw-dropping war scene, then you got it. If you wanted Vader to matter, to Cal, to the story, to the themes of legacy and fear, maybe not so much. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Were you satisfied with Vader's appearance, or do you think Respawn played it too safe? And hey, if you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to push that like button, subscribe for more deep Star Wars gaming content, and I will see you in the next Holocron. May the Force be with you. Bye bye.